So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in from. So let's start this webinar today. This is a webinar where I want to put in some value add, okay, to what I have gathered from Datuk's FSA and also the energy that I've been feeling, okay, in this month especially. All right, and I want to share this with all of you so that all of us here, we can prepare ourselves to really take on this year and make it the best year ever for us. Okay. So if you see, for this webinar, I've chosen a dandelion. Dandelion as my background. So if you're living in the Western country, you would know like dandelions, they're just like a nuisance. Okay, they grow in abundance. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, today's my birthday. Thank you. So that's why I'm doing this in the afternoon. I wanted to do this in the morning. Then my kids called me and said they have plans for me in the morning. So I pushed this to the afternoon. So back to the dandelion. Dandelion in Chinese countries or in Asian countries is called Pu Gong Ying. Okay, and it is a very, I would say, very resilient plant. Even you pull them up from the roots, somehow they will still come back and they will start growing again. Okay, so this is how we need to be. We need to be resilient in 2022. So if we look at dandelion, a lot of farmers or gardeners, they look at it as it's a nuisance because they don't know that, they don't understand the value that dandelion bring. And they are commonly regarded as weeds. Okay, but if we know what is the medicinal value of dandelion, then we know that it can help us to lower blood pressure. Okay, it also helps us to reduce cholesterol and it promotes liver health. So it is actually a medicine which we have regarded as weeds. And dandelions are survivors. They spread their seeds in the summer, then they gather their potential in winter, and they grow in abundance in spring. So this is just like how the year is going to make us go through, how 2022 is going to make us go through. We will need to let go of things which doesn't serve us anymore, which doesn't give us any more value. And then we need to start to build up our inner strength and potential and to get new skills so that we can bounce back stronger in life. Okay. So if we understand dandelion a little bit more, they depend a lot on their roots. Okay, their roots are very fine hair and it grips on. It really grips onto the surface and they will spread by the surface. And this is where they gain strength, where they absorb all the water, the nutrients, and so on. So it is the same for us. Okay, in 2022, we need to stay grounded and we need to keep expanding our vision so that we can see beyond the truth. As what we are reading or what we are seeing now on social media, on news, or whatever we are hearing, okay, whatever that we see, it affects us emotionally. And these perhaps are just surface perception because there are lots more. There are lots more that is hidden beneath what we see. Okay, but if we know our purpose, if we know what we are looking for, what we are searching for, then we will be able to filter out the noise from the voice and focus on what matters to us, which is within our control. Okay, if we start to worry about things which is not within our control, then we are just merely wasting our time. And when we are wasting our time, we are not spending our time productively. This is where we can feel the energy really sucks in. Okay, so we need to thrive like dandelion in 2022. So for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I'm Nelly. You can call me Nell. And I've been studying metaphysics under JY Academy since 2012. Okay, my metaphysics journey started as a self-help. And then I started to help other people along the way as well, together with my personal experience. I conduct Bazi and Truman classes. I also do coaching and I do consultations and I focus on life transformation. That means working on our mindset, working on our internal strength, and helping us to get better things out of life by changing our perspective. Okay, so the terms that I use belongs to Grandmaster Datu Joey Yap, and some materials here may also, I would say it's extracted from FSA, okay? So let's start by understanding the flying star. So some of you may have heard this story from me. In 2019, my neighbor was actually renovating his northeast, and that activated my 5 yellow. So it was very stressful for me. But anyway, I was already in a lot of stress during that time. So the additional load didn't really make a big difference. But what happened is like, it actually brought me, I would say it triggered my courage. It pushed me to the extent where I know I don't have a choice. I need to jump out. It's more on the leap of faith. So I brought up my courage and I made the most difficult decision in my life. This was a time where I literally gave away all my money that I had at that time, at that moment. And it was supposed to be a calamity because it's 5 yellow. And also, from my decision, it left me at a state where I could not even afford to pay for my daughter's uni fee. But I bite the bullet, took on the challenge, and through my effort, I managed to get the fund that I needed without borrowing or begging. And that made me feel so empowered. And it kickstarted a major life transformation for me. And the Nelly that you see today here, who's talking to all of you, who's doing all my monthly sharing, who has the courage to speak in front of video, to turn on the camera, I must say I owe it to the 5 yellow. So if all of you are so afraid of 5 yellow, all of you are thinking of suppressing the energy, I would say leave it at peace. It doesn't bother you. Okay, you don't need to disturb it. Okay, it is there, it is there. Just be at peace with it. Because sometimes you don't know when you actually need it. Okay, like I always say, if you know there's a road dweller going into the sector, you want to prepare a nice and cozy home for the road dweller. You don't want to chain up your road dweller. You don't want to disturb it, neither do you want to torture it. You just want to live in peace, coherence with the road dweller, because you don't know when a burglar is going to come in and you need the road dweller to save you. Okay, this is my perception. This is my perspective of 5 yellow. Right? So 2022, we can see that all the flying stars, they are back in its natal position. Or in other words, we call it, this is a Fuyin flying chart. So what does it mean? Okay, it actually means that we are all back to basics. So we need to look at what is our basic needs. That's the first thing we need to attend to ourselves. And also, how can we make it work for us? Work out the differences. There may be differences. Okay, there may be things which we are so comfortable about, and now letting it go, not having that luxury, it may bring some pain to us. But this is something we need to assess. Are those necessary? Okay, and how is it affecting us by clinging on to it, right? So with star 5 in the center, it actually indicates that wherever we go, the adversity is in us and we can't hide. So this is a year where we really need to face the music. Okay, to face what we have done upon ourselves to have brought us to today. If you are riding high on a high energy, if you're spiraling up, then look at how can you go higher? Okay, how can you make it better? How can you speed up your improvement? How can you build up your resiliency? But if you're on a downward spiral, this is also the year that can really suck you in really deep and fast. Okay, so make that decision. What has brought you to where you are today? And what can you do to overcome that, to bounce back? Okay, or to at least to prepare to bounce back. That is the message, all right? But let's go another layer further than just the yearly flying star chart. Let's look at the period 8 flying star chart. We are still in period 8. Okay, when we overlay the period 8 flying star chart on top of the yearly flying star chart, we can see a story that this year is bringing to us. So in the middle, in period 8 is flying star 8 in the middle. When it comes in contact with the 5 yellow star, which is a calamity star, it actually indicates that this year, 2022, there is opportunity amidst danger. So it doesn't mean like it is a bad year. It doesn't mean like it is a year where it's going to be where no one can make it. Okay, if you are ready, if you have the strength to overcome obstacles, if you have the strength to hang on, stay on, and push yourself further, this is where you will find your wins. Okay, just imagine there's a big mountain in the center, and in order for you to get to the other side, you need to go through the mountains. Okay, you can hike up the mountain, you can go around the mountain, you just need to cross that mountain. And this demands both physical and mental strength. Okay, so imagine that. In some of my webinars, you would have heard me say the sum of 10. Okay, when the flying stars come together, they form that 10, the number 10. It is actually a good indication. Good indication of luck, good indication of, say, positive energy. If you look at the chart, the 2022 chart, you can see that the corners, 6 plus 4 is 10. 8 plus 2 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. In order to get to their side, to achieve your goal, you need to go through the center 5, which is the adversity. So it actually means like there will be obstacles, there will be challenges, okay, that we will be presented. And if we are able to overcome these challenges, this is where we will find our wins. This is where we achieve our goals. Okay, so this is the message that the chart holds, right? So next, okay, some of you may have heard that in the beginning of last year, I've actually shared that I am experimenting on tree killings in 2021. Okay, so let me share the outcome of my experiment. While using tree killings, okay, it actually brought on stress and tension. And also at times I felt like throwing in the white towel and saying, okay, I'm done with it. But it also brought me, I would say it brought me feedbacks. I call it feedbacks, okay, which if I was only focusing on the words, I would have missed the treasure in it. These are the feedbacks or the comments from other people, okay, and I would say advisors as well. If I don't ponder upon it, I don't think deep into it, I would not have understood the message that these feedbacks have brought. Okay, so in fact, these were the feedbacks that have helped me improve to who I am today throughout the year, and as a person and in what I do. Okay, so I would say in summary, my experiment with tree killing has been rather fruitful because it has trained my resilience. So don't look at tree killings as something that is bad. Don't look at tree killings as something that is going to bring adversity or calamity, but instead focus on the silver lining. Okay, what you can get out from that tree killings. Okay, and that's the reason why. That's the reason why I choose to experiment on tree killings in 2021. This is because 2022, we have the 3 killings concentrated in the north sector, north, northwest, and northeast. And that is also where the Grand Duke is, in the northeast. Okay. So if we were to look at the star combination between the period chart and the year chart, we have 6 and 9. 6 and 9 is a special combination, and it brings great success. Okay, because it indicates like you will have speculation luck, especially those who are doing trading, those who are taking a bit of risk in terms of their business, where you have to take the courage to step out. You don't know what's out there, but you need to try it anyway. This is the best sector for you to use. Okay. The next, oops, 2 for us. The next one in the north, 1 plus 4. This is another special combination. Okay, and this combination, it actually brings growth. It promotes growth. So if growth is what you're looking for, if it's a skill or going beyond what you are today is what you are looking for, the learning experience, north will be a good sector for you to use. Okay, then the next one would be the northeast, which is a 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 equals to the sum of 10, and it's a completion luck, which means with clarity and effort, you will be able to achieve your goals. Okay, so look at this. These 3 good sectors in year 2022 that have this special combination, they are all sitting on 3 killings. So this is the reason why I actually experimented on 3 killings, so that I know what the energy brings and how we can make use of these good sectors while sitting on, while I would say in peace with 3 killings, right? So these 3 sectors, it is good, but it also means that there will be stress that comes along with this. Okay, with the special combination, you will reap great success if you can overcome your stress, if you can take on the stress and manage that stress. All right. Okay, so now let's look at each of these flying star and how do you use the sector? Which sector is favorable or more advantage for what kind of activities? So star 1, if you need to find the right people, okay, to help you, to mentor you, or to promote you, okay, use star 1, right? Then star 2, which is commonly known as the illness star. The good thing about star 2 is if you need to gather people for a cause, if you need to build a community, star 2 is what you're looking for, right? But again, since it is also the illness star, it does mean that you need to pay attention to your health as well. In other words, you need to have work-life balance. You need to balance that, okay? Or you may get yourself into feeling tired, fatigue, and then you will start to have low immunity and such. So pay attention to your health as well, right? Then star 3, which is in the east sector. If you're someone who thinks that there are big things you want to do, there are things that you want to get out, but it just feels like you're just lacking that confidence, you're just lacking that courage. So star 3 is what you're looking for, to gain that advantage, okay, to gain that courage in yourself to step out, okay? Then next will be star 4. Star 4 brings creativity, and it is very good for learning. It is also a peach blossom star. So in other words, it's like if you are into content creation, okay, or if you need to leverage on creativity this year, if you're learning a new skill, a new subject, and you want to use this new skill of yours to bring up your charisma, use star 4. Okay, then star 5. Star 5 is a star which I generally do not encourage other people to use, because it requires a lot of courage and strength in order to use star 5. So if you're someone who is stable, steady, and can take on any shit, this year, star 5 can be used for making difficult decisions and push you out of your comfort zone. Okay, but you know how, you need to have that belief in yourself that by hook, by crook, you are going to make it. It's a one-way straight up. Okay, if you don't have the courage, if you feel that somehow you're just lacking that drive, then avoid star 5. Okay, so star 6 over here. If what you need is stepping out, taking that leadership, taking that position in making a decision, and somehow you're just lacking in that area, use star 6. Star 7 is for communication. If communication is the area where you want to build up, okay, then leverage on star 7. So if you're in sales, if you're in business, and you want to close sales to drive cash flow, use star 8. But star 8 also comes with stress, all right? And then finally, investment, generating leads, generating prospects, you use star 9. So these are the stars of the year, and it marks like in this entire year, this would be the base energy in each of the sector. Every month, there will be different stars that flies into the sector. And when different star flies into the sector, it gives a different kind of vibes. Okay? And I would say in 2022, those of you who are familiar with the flying stars, you would observe that in every month you will see either her2 special combination, or you would see the sum of kind combination. Every month there is at least one. Okay, so this year is a year to chase the flying stars, because if the overall energy is, it's going to be overwhelming, and internally we will have a lot of I would say a lot of emotional contemplation. So what we want to leverage on would be the external to lift us up, to give us that pat on the shoulder to say, hey, yeah, you can do it. All right. So let's look at the animal signs. And I'm just going to be quick over here. So each of the animal signs, they have a role to play this year. Starting with the tiger. The tiger is the authority of the year. So if you have tiger in your chart, you need to step out to make decision and lead others. Okay, show others the way. Show others where to go, the direction. Okay, and you need to be the decision maker. So if let's say you are someone who doesn't like to make decisions, you are someone who doesn't like other people, then this year it's going to make you feel uneasy. So anyway, it's going to be stressful. So why not you do something which is going to give you some positive outcome in the year. Learn how to take lead, learn how to make decision. Okay, next come the monkey. The monkey is clashing with the Grand Duke. So this year, the monkey is the rebel. And the rebel doesn't mean to mean bad, okay? A rebel means you are the one who is going to bring change. So if you bring positive change, then you will get positive outcome. But if you rebel for the sake of being rebellious, then you are going to feel that the year is so against you, because everything you see in this year, it just doesn't, you just don't feel right about it. Okay, everything is just not right to you. So if things doesn't look right to you, what can you do to bring in an improvement? That's how you can make 2022 the best year for you so that you can get the outcome. All right. So there's two animal sign over here that has a bit of a dilemma this year. One is the snake, because the snake is the instigator. At the same time, the snake is also the enforcer. So if you understand what an instigator means, it's like a person who stirs up shit, a person who creates stories, but at the same time, this person is also going to enforce and make it come true. So if you have snake in your chart, you want to instigate the right cause. You want to instigate a positive cause which you can enforce, that can bring positive outcome to people, bring an impact to people. This is what you want to do, okay? Because when you do this, you will see that by the end of the year, you will get some positive achievement. So no doubt throughout the year, you will feel like, it's just uneasiness where you feel like it's just not right. Maybe you're being too hard on yourself and so on. So just look at it in a logical manner. Okay, focus on the outcome, what you want to create out of it, and enjoy the journey, learn along the way. Okay, because every step that you take is a lesson for you to pick up. Okay. The other animal sign will be the pig, because the pig is the saboteur as well. At the same time, the pig also plays the role of a mediator. So in other words, it's like, in one side, you are the person who sabotaged. On the other side, you are also the person who mend all this connection, who pull things together. Okay, so you need to make a decision as in which way you want to go. Okay, it's more on separating and identifying what is right for you, what serves you, what makes sense to you. All right, if not, you'll be caught in the center, going nowhere. Okay, so let's look at the rooster. The rooster has the emperor star. So the rooster is the emperor this year. So your role is the emperor. So being the emperor, it is not just like telling people what to do. It is also making decision. And this decision is going to be tough because it comes with brutal defeat as well. And it does mean like, if you are not able to make the right decision, the people whom you are serving, okay, it's going to boycott you. They're not going to be happy with you. Just like you can imagine you are the emperor, okay, and you are presented with some maybe situation of crisis, okay, from the country, and now you need to make a decision. If you don't understand what your residents are going through, what your citizens are going through, you would not know how to resolve this problem. So if you have rooster in your chart this year, take that extra effort to find out and to understand. Step in the shoes of others. Okay. Amy, yeah, if you have rooster in your 10-year luck pillar, it actually means that you will see things like this. Okay, when you see events like this, learn from it. Okay, so if you have it in the luck pillar, it is not you who needs to make that decision, but you will meet with people who would be in this situation. Maybe you have something to offer. Okay, so then you got to look into your natal chart, what animal signs you have, so that you can understand what you can share, okay, what you can offer to these people whom you're going to meet. So Sherry, if you have rooster in your day master, it actually means like your home, your household, there will be some situations which you will need to make a call. But in order to make this call, to make this decision, you need to understand from the perspective of the different individuals in your household. Okay, because you don't want to be seen as biased. That is the thing. Okay, let's go on. Then next we have the horse. The horse is the general in 2022. So what a general means is like you need to be able to have the courage. Okay, you need to be able to have the foresight to actually lead your team and your army out into the unknown. So you would be the first one to try out new things and then teach and guide your team what you have learned and show them the way. Okay, that is the general. So for the horse, it also comes with the 5 goals, which means it's like you will have a tendency where you'll be suspicious. Okay, even when you haven't seen that thing, you would start to suspect whether are you going to make it? Are you not going to make it? So when this energy comes in and hits you, that's where your decision-making ability would be hampered. You don't know whether to take the move, not to take the move. And a lot of time it may end up in a state where you are already out in the battle zone and you don't know whether to charge or to retreat. You remain in the center. That's when you are being hit by the enemy. So make that decision. Do you want to charge or do you want to retreat? Okay, it's more like if you have decided to go for it all the way out. Okay, if you don't have the confidence, pull your handbrake first and look at what you need to be able to give you that confidence to win. Okay. Then next we have the goat. The goat is the Santa Claus this year. Santa Claus means you are the one who would need to bring out this happiness to other people, to make them happy. Okay, in other ways. And it doesn't need to be monetary or gifts. It can be words of wisdom. It can be just spreading good vibes. Okay, giving, offering like happy advice, jokes, and so on. But not so much of a joke, but it's more on like bringing happiness, making other people feel like they are okay. They are not that bad. They are okay. Bringing comfort to people. So this is your role this year. Okay. Then with the ox, you are the popular one in 2022. That's because you are the red matchmaker, but it also comes with a lonesome star. So if you are someone who doesn't like to be in the limelight, you don't like to be popular, you don't like the attention, you may feel a bit awkward, you may feel being left out. Okay, you will feel this sense of rejection where everyone is just rejecting you. So if you have ox in your chart, go out and enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. Be in the moment to build up this meaningful relationship, meaningful connection. Okay, have the heart to understand people, right? And then that will slowly bring you into, that can help you expand your horizon to see different things. Okay, when you meet different people from different walks of life, then you'll find that actually, you know what, you're not alone. Okay, and there's a lot of lessons that you can learn. And this will help you overcome the loneliness that you feel inside. And it will also activate the red matchmaker. Okay, that's the ox. So next we have the dragon. So dragon doesn't have any auspicious stuff, as you all would know by now. But it is not the end, you see. There is something special about this dragon. And this year, you're going to be the spiritual guru. But in order to be a spiritual guru, you need to achieve the awakened stage first, right? So dragon this year, you have leopard tail and skycry. So skycry, it brings back a lot of memories, a lot of sad memories that will make you feel like you want to cry, make you feel like, you're so, all your pain, all your suffering, don't know why you're just being so unlucky and so on. But on the other side, leopard tail. Leopard tail actually triggers a part in you where you would think, where you would say something without thinking, and that leads you to offend other people. So look at it this way. If you can actually leverage on your past experience, being it painful one, how painful it is, how you overcome it, that is the key. That is the solution that people will benefit from. And you can help other people to open up their mind with provoking thoughts. Okay. Anyway, you are going to offend other people. So offend it consciously, that will bring positive outcome. This is how you can turn this around. And the dragon is the great catalyst for spiritual awakening this year. Okay, so go on for it. Yeah, yes, sky cry sometimes can make you cry for no reason, because you just feel painful, you just feel, you have all this suffering and so on, but you don't know why. So the solution is to dig deep into yourself and ask yourself, what thoughts trigger you to cry? There must be something that spark up in your mind that triggers you to cry. So we don't really cry for no reason. We either cry because we are sad, or we cry because we are happy. So look at digging deeper into your thoughts. And this is what it means by spiritual awakening. It's only when you're awakened, then only you can carry out the role of a spiritual guru effectively. Okay. Then let's move on to the dog. The dog this year, it has one positive star, which is elegant seal. So it is also flanked by a couple of, they call it inauspicious star, but I will look at it this way. For the dog this year, you have the power of creativity. Okay, create the future that you want. If you feel that currently there are things which is not working out for you, things which is just, you just don't know why. Again, don't know why things happen to you. Use this year to look into, to find the answer why. You want to know why you are at this stage that you are at. Why are you not feeling happy? Because it's only until you find that why, the root cause of all your problem, then only you will know what to solve. Okay, so if you have dogs in your chart, first find out the root cause, then only you would know what are the issues that you need to sort out. Okay, then next we have the rat. So the rat is in a similar position like the dragon, where doesn't have any auspicious stars that comes in, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. So there are these stars which is considered bad or inauspicious, which I look at it otherwise. Okay, take for example the red chamber and prison inmates. So red chamber actually brings lucid imagination. Okay, while prison inmates, besides feeling being trapped, okay, prison inmates is also a gossip star. So if you are, so let's look at it this way. You have lucid imagination and you have the power of gossiping. Okay, why not be a journalist, go out and find out what's happening out there, talk to the people. Okay, talk to the people to find out what they feel, what they go through, and so on. From there, you can have a very strong story. And that makes you a journalist. Okay, you are speaking from the heart of the people, not from your own heart. And that is going to bring positive outcome. That is going to bring, I would say, valuable experience and information to people. Okay, so look at how you can make use of this negative stars or supposedly negative stars to your advantage, right? So last is the rabbit. So if you have rabbit in the chart, you hold the role of a jester. So a jester is like someone who actually brings, these happy moments, funny moments, and someone who really sheds light to everyone, someone who is helpful. So this is a year where you want to have that humility in life. Okay, look at the humor, look at the bright side of things, and also share it with people. Okay, then you will find that, hey, actually this year it's actually a very happy year. Okay, but one thing you need to look out for is the sky emptiness star, because this star can actually lead you to empty promises. So as much as you want to entertain your guests, you would need to be conscious of the commitments that you make. You want to be conscious of your words as well. All right. There are few animal signs. Okay, Amy, I will repeat the horse. So for the horse has the general star this year, but it also has the 5 goals. So general star, with general star, you naturally need to have the courage and the ability to lead a team to charge out to the unknown. But together with the 5 goals, it can also cause you to be suspicious, and it can land you in a position where you don't know whether you want to charge forward or you don't know whether you want to retreat. And that is when you are exposed to the enemy, and the enemy can actually shoot you down. So you need to remind yourself that you need to make decision. It's either a yes or a no. Don't stay with the maybes. Okay. So among these 12 animals, there are few animals this year which have a bit of advantage if you want to learn Chinese metaphysics. This is the monkey, the snake, the pig, and the rooster. And this is because for the monkey and the snake, you have the Tai Chi nobleman. And then for the pig and rooster, you have the celestial nobleman. So in other words, it's like you have this divine energy. Okay, the divine energy that guides you. All right. So let's move on. 2022 is a bit special in a way that it has a lot of it brings a lot of emotional moments. So it is rather a spiritual year. So when we talk about a spiritual year, we really need to focus the energy into ourselves. Okay. And a lot of times when we talk about, the spiritual is the alignment of whatever. So what we are looking at, what we are talking about is the alignment of what and how you feel with what and how you do, and also with what and how you think. The alignment of this 3 energy, and this will give you that, I would say, motivation and drive. But most of us actually look at it that is from how we think, and then from our actions, and we use that to trigger our feeling, the feel-good manner. So this is not the most effective use of a spiritual energy, because if we approach it in this manner, it actually trigger more frustration, and we will have this tendency of becoming superficial. We pretend we want to be someone, and we pretend to be someone whom we may not have the ability, the traits, or the capacity to bring it out. Okay, that leads to frustration. And a lot of times we are all stuck focusing on how do we do this and how do we do that, the how. We forget our intention. What is it that we want to achieve? And how does it make us feel? Okay, that is where we throw ourselves out of alignment, right? So if you heard, everyone talks about mind, body, and soul. When everyone talks about spiritual meditation, it all starts with mind, body, and soul. So in fact, the term mind, body, and soul, it indicates a directional flow of our internal energy. So when our internal energy flow is out of synchronicity, we feel frustrated and confused. So in fact, spiritual is a grounding energy. So if you look at here, how we think comes first. That is our mind. That is our intention. Okay, then next it comes to our body, right? And lastly, it is our soul, how we feel. And spiritual is a grounding energy. It is not an elevating energy. You need to be able to ground yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you're trying to achieve here? What does it mean by being fulfilled? Okay. What is it that will make you happy? Right? And that is true happiness that radiates from within. So let's look at the party for this year. So when we divide the party into internal and external energy, okay, we will see that the fire is actually hidden. So fire is our passion. And to bring out this fire, it comes from internal. To bring out the life force in us, it relies a lot on our internal energy, our internal drive. It is not external anymore. So when we talk about spiritual growth, it starts with a mindset that drives our behavior, that drives our action, and in turn, it brings out our charisma. So for 2022, in a general perspective, what everyone will need would be, we need to practice a compassion mindset. Okay, we need to start understanding and looking beyond what we see. Understand the reason. Okay, understand the feelings, being mindful about our words and how we are affecting other people. Okay, and also we need to have the courage to take on the adversity or obstacles, challenges that will be presented to us in 2022. Okay, and to have courage, we need to activate our intuition, as spiritual growth starts from within. So Dato have actually shared this date on 17th of January, 7 to 9 a.m. on the Southeast sector. Okay. Before I explain the dates, let's understand what it means by intuition. Intuition is that confidence that you get believing in what you know and walking in a path blindfolded. Just like the girl in this wallpaper, she is blindfolded and she believes that she is guided and beyond, and she's actually stepping on hooks. So what this means is like, it is a learning process. You need to trust yourself that you will get the right information, the right skill, as long as you keep moving. Okay, it is the power of doing and discovering and believing that you will get the lessons that and skills that you need if you start doing it. It is like you're just walking blindfolded. You can try this. You can try this at home at night. Okay, switch off the lights at home and try to walk around your house. That is the fear that you need to overcome. That is the feeling and the emotions that you need to gain strength from. That is activating your intuition. Okay, let's look at the energy now. So on this day in the southeast, you can see there is a man fig, right? So man fig is good for, it actually supports investigation, okay? And it supports you to look into yourself. With 9 heaven, there is like assessing what you see. And with 9 heavens in the fear door, this energy encourages you to walk away from what you fear. Okay, and also together with the man fate, we have the Jade Maiden, which is the power of attraction. So if you let fear linger, then you will attract fear. But if you take the courage to walk away from the fear, to break away, then you will attract new energy. Okay? And the specific hour between 7 to 8:59 a.m. in the southeast. So we can see we have a nobility deception over there, and this supports connection. It also supports connection in the spiritual aspects, which means connecting with yourself. Okay, and we have a 3 noble spirits, which means tapping into what makes you feel fulfilled and walking your path. Okay, so what you want to do is to be in this southeast sector of your home or wherever you're in and back your destiny palace direction. Then seek wisdom and courage to make 2022 your best year, and give yourself an affirmation that you will learn to see possibilities to take on every challenge and to improve every day. Okay. So if let's say you don't know where is your destiny palace, you can back northwest. So when you back northwest, you want to visualize yourself walking blindfolded, and your confidence increases with every step you take. Okay. So see if we, let's see. Yeah, this is how you should be sitting. Be in the southeast. If you know your destiny palace, then back your destiny palace. If you don't know what is your destiny palace direction, back northwest. Be in southeast, back northwest. Okay. So a lot of times it's like when we do manifestation, when we start to put our goals, and we don't have clarity. We get confused as in what we should be doing, or even what we want to achieve. When we don't know what we want, we won't feel fulfilled. Okay, whatever you do, you won't feel fulfilled. Or having a sense of achievement, even you have done so many things in the year. So this is where you want to stay focused. Look at, why are you so busy? Where have you been spending your time? What are the things that you are doing which is taking your energy away, your time away? Are you doing valuable things? Are they bringing value to you? This is the step 1 that you want to assess. Okay? Because if not, you will end up like, being busy for the sake of being busy. At the end of the day, you just don't know what you have achieved. You want to focus on achievement, what you want to get out of what you're doing. Okay, the why, right? Your purpose, your intention. Okay. So Datuk, during the FSA, he has also shared a date that will that allow us to write our story. This is like setting your goal with an executable plan in a story form. Okay, it's also goal setting, but just that instead of writing your goals in a very boring manner, that is, okay, this is my goal A, B, C, and this is when I want to achieve it, and done. So the method that Datuk shared is like, you know what goal you want to achieve, and you want to write the story of how you are going to achieve the goal in every step and every way. So it relates back to your intuition, in activating your intuition, because you don't know what's forward, but at least you need to know what you want to happen to you. Okay, what you want to see happening to you. And this is how you want to write your story in terms of setting your goal. Okay. So let's look at 20th January. So Dato have actually shared 4 roles that we can play in our story. We have the victim, the hero, the bad guy, the nobleman. So it's like there is no right role or the wrong role. It is how well you play the role. And it all starts with understanding who you are first and having the clarity on what you want to achieve. So let's look at the timing. So on the 20th January, between 7 to 9 a.m. in Southeast, we have flying bird fall into cave. So this formation is like, it will help you to see event unfold. Okay, every event unfold as how you wanted it. So this is the reason why you need to write your story in a manner to be able to see each of the events unfolding in front of you. Because this is the power of flying bird. Okay, if let's say you don't have clarity, you just want to get something and you don't know how to get it or whatever, and you're depending like, oh, okay lah, hope something happen. When you do that story writing with the flying bird, what happens to you is you will still somehow get to your outcome, but the journey is not going to be that smooth. Okay, because you didn't write it down, you don't have that clarity. So the universe will assume certain events is going to be good for you, and some of it will come as lessons to you. So when I say lessons, it actually means some obstacle that you need to learn, some obstacle that you need to overcome in order to get to what you want. Okay, arriving hexagram. All right, so it doesn't really actually mean reaching or visualizing. Arriving hexagram means arriving hexagram for this intuitive activation means the slides before, right? Okay, you see, arriving hexagram here. Although the means say arriving, that is, it comes to you. And you can also see the jade maiden over there, which is an attraction, you attract, okay? But what it actually brings out, the message behind this hexagram is that you will need to allow things to happen. As much as you are attracting, you need to be ready to receive it. Just take, for example, if you want things to happen for you, but you're not ready to receive anything, even when things happen to you, you won't see it and you will reject it. That's when it blocks out all your energy. So this is my take on the arriving hexagram. You need to allow things to happen, and you need to have that confidence and faith that it is for your good. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to this. So now you can take the next few days to prepare for your story writing. First, ask yourself, what do you want to achieve, okay, in 2022? And then look at what are the things, how you want to feel. Address your why. What is your intention? Address your what. What are the things that you could possibly do? So if now you are very busy with things and you don't have time, sort it out first. Look at what's on your plate. Okay, look at why you are busy. You need to prioritize that. Then the third thing is, how do you want to feel in the year 2022? Address these three. So when it comes 20th January in the morning, 7 to 9 a.m., back southeast, or you can use southeast sector, back your own destiny palace. Okay, or if you don't know what is your destiny palace, you can alternatively back northwest. Be in the southeast sector, back northwest, and start writing that story. Okay, because once you have addressed your intention, you have addressed what are the things that you could possibly do, and what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve is your intention, and also how you want to feel in the year. This will give you the base setting of how your story will be like and what kind of role you want to play. Okay? So let's see, before we jump in, let's understand a bit more, because there are some things that we can extract from our party chart to give us a bit more insight how we can create the stories. So 2022 is a run water year, and let's look at the 10 heavenly stamps, because each of these heavenly stamps, it also holds a message for the year. And you can refer to your own party chart to look at where your stamps resides. Okay, so let's start with the spiritual perspective of the stamps. Right? So if you have run water in your chart, your spiritual growth will be focused on courage. Okay, if you have Hui water in your chart, your spiritual growth is authenticity. It means be real, be who you are. Sometimes we say that we are who we are, but if you dig deeper into your subconscious self, you will find that you are just consciously becoming someone whom you think people will like to see, and that may not be who you are. So this would be a year for you to really look into it. It's like, are you living in other people's shadow, or are you being your authentic self? Okay. If you have gung metal in your chart, then synchronicity is your spiritual growth. When we say synchronicity, it's just being alert, being aware of your surrounding, of everything that is happening, that is evolving. Okay, so being synchronicity means it's like, you know, sometimes you would be busy doing things, and then suddenly you hear your colleague may be talking to someone else, but there is a word or two that she said that kind of wake you up and say, hey, there's this thing that I haven't do and I need to do. But she's not talking to you. But somehow the words that she said, it actually rings a bell to you that you have missed out something. This is synchronicity. So you've got to pay attention and be alert. Okay, sometimes these messages can come through even movie songs. They just anything, being in the flow. Okay. So if you have zinc metal in your chart, you will need to leverage on your imagination. You need to pay attention to your imagination. Are we imagining things that is advantage to us, that is supporting our growth? Or are we imagining things which is damaging to ourselves and other people? So this is the power of imagination if you have zinc metal. Okay, so if you have earth in your chart, it is all about awareness. It is all about being mindful. And awareness, it actually means like, are you aware of your actions, of your words? Are you aware of your emotions, even that change in the face the moment you hear some words? Okay, and also how your words are affecting the other people, how your emotional and facial changes is affecting other people. This is awareness. Sometimes we are not aware because we are just so used to behaving in a certain way, and we grew up in that way, and we don't know that it is this personality or these traits that we are so comfortable with is and it's actually affecting the other people who's around us. Okay, so this will be the year, if you have earth in your chart, this is the year for you to pay attention to that, right? So next, G-earth. G-earth is all about connection. So perhaps you have been talking to people, especially at home. If you are a G-earth day master and your wife is at home, okay, and you have been talking to your wife, but you have no idea what your wife needs. You have no idea what they want, but everything is like, oh, okay, I assume she wants this, I assume she wants that, and I just do. It's just an assumption. But this year, what you need to do is to really have the heart to understand what your wife needs. It may not be the action that what you're doing, which you thought is beneficial and what she wants. Okay? So it's more about that internal vibration, that connection, that emotional connection. Being in sync, being in the same frequency, okay, with people. Okay? Then next, if you have pink fire in your chart, this year you will need to train your intuition. You would need to train your self-confidence. You need to have that faith to take that step in front. Okay, and believe that things will unfold for you in the manner you want it to be. So this is pink fire. Next, it will be Ting fire. Ting fire is all about inner peace. So it could be some things which you are, maybe there's some resentment. Okay, there are things which you are just not easy with. Okay, which you don't find that it is working out, or just something seems not right. So this is the year where you need to be at peace with it. It's just like the law of nature. Whatever goes around comes around. Okay, whatever you resonate out, the energy that you resonate out, it comes back to you. Right? And you got to be okay that shit happens, or sometimes things happen for a reason. Okay, and go with that, right? So if you have Jia in your chart, then what you need will be compassion. Look from the other person's perspective. Okay, understand from another person's perspective, instead of just believing that you are right. Okay, with Yin Wood, Yi Wood in your chart, it is a year for you to let go. Let go here means detachment. And when we talk about letting go and detachment, it is more emotional. It is not so much physical. It's the emotional that counts. Okay? And Gigi is asking me, how did I arrive at the 10 gods? If Ren is useful god, Sin has to be DR. Okay. So Gigi, for this 10 gods for the year, it is like if you are a pink fire day master, what is run water to you? So pink fire day master, run water is 7K. So in 2022, you have 7K. Okay, so it goes the same like run water. Run water, meeting a run water is a friend, is a companion. That's how I come up with the 10 gods. Okay, so let's move on to here. Now we know the spiritual needs of each of the heavenly stamp. We want to look at what are the things that can make us fail. So if you have run water in your chart and you're someone who is dependent, that is the point. So that is the point that is going to make you fail. Because you need to have the courage. You can't be dependent on other people to do things for you. Okay, so for green water is procrastination. If you delay your action, okay, if you let things go, this is where it will bring you to a state of frustration, right? So for gung metal, it will be overbearing. That is where you put other people first and not you. When you're being so busy just attending to other people, you forget about yourself. That is where you miss out on the synchronicity. Okay? For zinc metal, if you're being unrealistic, then whatever you imagine is going to be unrealistic. So first thing is you need to address the issue. I would say address the topic, whether are you being realistic or not. Realistic, you got to look at your capacity, your capability, and mapping the economic situation, the market trend, everything in. That is how you derive whether are you being realistic. Okay. Then next would be the earth. The thing that can drive you away from your success is distraction. Okay, when you're distracted with other things, then you forget about being mindful. You may not be aware, okay, that you are being distracted, right? So for G Earth, it will be confusion and you don't know what to do. But every day also you say, I don't know, I don't know. So it's time to find out. You need to find out. You need to put in the effort to find out, to understand. And to find out, to clear this confusion is through connection. It's that deep connection, the energy vibration that will help you to overcome I don't know. Okay. So if you have G Earth in your chart and you find yourself often saying this word, I don't know. So 2022, put in the effort with the heart to understand. Okay. So for pink fire, if you are in fear of failure, then it actually stops you from taking the next step. And it also deprives you of training your intuition. So tell yourself there is no failure. There is just lessons in life that you need to learn. Okay. Then for pink fire, it will be stagnation. If you are not moving, okay, if you are not doing anything, not improving, that's when you're stagnated. No doubt, inner peace actually requires you to be zen, to be calm, but it doesn't tell you to be stagnant and stop doing things. You still need to keep doing things, but you do it at a pace with an approach that you are okay whatever the outcome may be. Okay, so that is inner peace with stagnation, right? So inner peace is merely all about being okay with whatever the outcome is and enjoying the journey, the lessons. Okay, so it's more of like taking every day as a lesson, enjoy the journey, although you need to know where is the destination you want to arrive. Because with every step, you may hit a nail. Okay, and that's okay. So in some point in your journey, you may need to take a left turn or a right turn. It may not be straight highway all along, and that's okay. Okay, so for the Jia wood, if you are being demanding, then this can really bring a lot of frustration to you. Because when you demand for something and you don't understand like how it's affecting other people, then it may come to some conflict or tension with people. Okay. So for yin wood, it's like if you give up, giving up would be the thing that can make you fail. So now you can say, okay, you asked me to let go, and now you tell me that if I give up, it is going to make me fail. There is a difference between letting go and giving up. Letting go means letting go of things that doesn't serve you. Giving up means you give up on yourself and you don't do anything. That is giving up. So that is the difference. Okay. You need to be able to let go of things which is not beneficial to you. Things that is not going to bring you to your destination. Or burdens that's pulling you down. You need to drop them. Giving up means you don't even go the journey anymore. You just give up and you stop everything. That is the difference between letting go and giving up. Okay, a lot of people, they get confused with these two terms. Okay, instead of letting go, they give up. Right, and between the two is just one fine line. So you need to ground yourself, to keep reminding yourself that you need to keep going, don't give up. but along the journey, there are certain things that you need to let go, right? So next, let's look at how we can apply to determine what you need to do. So for run water, you need to be comfortable with trial and error. You try things out, okay? If you make an error, correct it, okay? And make improvements along the way. So for Kui water, you need to stop pretending and start discovering who you are and be real. Okay, who you really want to be, not who you think other wants to see you as. All right. And for Gung metal, be alert and go with the flow. You need to focus on your priorities. For Sing metal, you need to match your goals with your ability. Okay, you need to have the resources that you need. Look at what you're capable of. Okay, assess the market, the trend, and so on, and start creating something from that. All right. So for Wu Earth, you need to be conscious of everything that you do and your surrounding, and how your surrounding is affecting you and how you are affecting the people around you. Okay. For G Earth, you need to be curious to learn and seek clarity. Okay. Then for Pink Fire, trust your ability and just do it. Okay. Pink Fire, you need to keep moving and persevere until you succeed. For Jia Wood, you need to have an executable action plan that you can follow through. Okay. So for the Yin Wood, Yi Wood, you need to acknowledge, detach, and move on. Okay. So let's do a quick case study over here to help you understand more on what you can extract from your party. So let's look at this chart as an example on how 2022 affects the individual internally. And I'll do this case study in a consultation manner, okay, instead of a teaching manner. So let's look at here. We have Kui water in the hour pillar. Or let's start with this. The hour pillar actually represents your mindset. The day pillar, it represents your personal and relationship. Your month pillar, it represents your career and wealth, while your year pillar, it represents your social network. So with Kui water in the hour pillar, your belief, thoughts, and investment, as well as children, are affected. So 2022 is a time for you to acknowledge your internal thoughts and stop pretending. Okay, for example, you may be portraying that your children is doing great, but internally you actually know that there is a gap that needs to be worked on, but you pretend everything is great. So, or maybe you compliment someone while internally you actually think that the other person is just shit. You compliment because you want to show that you're being supportive. Okay, or perhaps you're judging others as being bad, not good enough. But internally, you actually harbor this sense of insecurity because you don't see yourself as being able or having the ability that is similar or on par with the other person. Okay, so this is the thing which you need to look at, to dig out and ask yourself, who is the one that you want to be? So you don't want to continue to pretend, because it does bring a lot of frustration to you and also people around you, especially your children. Okay, so the next thing would be, I would say the hour pillar, you need to own up to your inner voice and to seek help. If you need help to untangle, and also if you need help to bring logic so that you can accept who you really are, like reach out to someone out there who can give you a third-party perspective of yourself. So in the hour pillar, you have a rooster, and the role here is the emperor. So which means you need to get down to the details to understand what's going on. Feel and experience. So in order to make a wise decision, you need to choose choose what is right for the people who you are tending to or who you are serving, especially yourself. If you choose to ignore this inner voice, you will end up as a lousy emperor. Okay, let's move on to the day. So day we have Jawud. So Jawud in the day pillar, it represents your domestic affairs, right? So 2022 may bring some grueling tasks at home. So if you already know what domestic issues that you have on hand, you will need to anticipate and have a plan so you don't react irrationally. Practice compassion and be understanding. So step into the shoes of the other people to see things from their perspective. Train yourself to be independent so that you can stop demanding others to do things for you, and cultivate compassion along the way, okay, by being in the process with the other people in your household, sharing their load, and also physically or emotionally. So your role at home for this chart is a spiritual guru. So which means you must first be awakened and enlightened in order to play this role. So you need to accept that there is no perfection and stop having the expectation of perfection. And you can achieve this when you stop judging others. You will realize that the judgment, okay, you will realize the judgment when you, you will realize that when you stop being judgmental, you will regain your inner strength and have your inner peace. Okay. So in the month pillar, we have a run water. So month pillar represents career, wealth, your daily routine. Okay, daily routine and what you do. So if you want to succeed in 2022, you will need to have that courage. You need to be independent. You are holding the role of a general. So you need to have the ability to lead your team and show them how things is done, instead of just telling people what to do and expecting others to do it your way. You need to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. With Yi Wood in the year pillar, okay, you need to detach and not hang on to things which you have been made to believe, which you know somehow it is not really working for you or it is not serving you. Okay, and you should not let it bother you. So some people, they can't let go because of their root or what we call the family DNA. So in this chart, we can see the rabbit. The rabbit is clashing with the rooster in the hour. And what you need is, in the hour, you need to find your real self, while in the year, you need to let go. So since you have a clashing internally with the rabbit clashing with the rooster, you somehow will have that sense, okay, that things that just seem to be so conflicting. Okay, things that I used to believe, now it seems like they are biting me. Okay, and you may feel confused with self-doubt, and you start to ask yourself, who am I? So it's not only the clash. The rabbit is also forming a harm relationship with the dragon. And this indicates that the conditioning, the social conditioning or the family DNA or whatever that have made you to believe yourself to be who you are today, it is affecting matters at home. Okay, so this is an area which you need to let go. So for the year, you're taking the role of a jester. And being a jester is like you need to learn to laugh at yourself. Laugh things off and have humility in life. Maybe some things which now you look back, you think that, oh, it's just so silly that I've done it in that way. So laugh it off and say, how, and ask yourself, how can I do it better? Let it go, let go of your past, right? So do you all find this case study as useful and helpful for you all to understand how you can use your own Bazi chart, given the energy of the year, to help you create your story and to help you drive your year forward? Okay, cool. So look at this, look at your Bazi chart. Now you have a better insight on what your Bazi chart is telling you, in addition to the zodiac signs and to the other things, and how you put all this together. Okay, so start looking at how you are going to create, how you are going to write your story. Okay, so this is additional information that I want to give you all. If you need nobleman, if you need someone to help you for this chart, yeah, to let go. So this person can look for a tiger. Someone with a tiger in their chart will be able to help this person to acknowledge, detach, and move on. Okay, so if this person is looking for someone to help her to get the courage to step out and be dependent and to be independent, she will need to look for someone with a dragon in the chart. So you see there's a dragon in her own chart. In other words, it's like she actually has the strength to do it. She just needs to trust herself. If she doesn't have that, if she feels that she doesn't have enough strength, she can reach out for others who have dragon in their chart. Okay, then in terms of building that compassion, all right, in terms of personal relationship, it's like she can look for someone with a horse in the chart to help her, or in fact, if you look at her chart, she already has a horse. If she puts her heart to it, she can do it. All right. And in terms of her mindset, she can look for someone who has a rabbit in their chart to help her. And in fact, she has a rabbit in her chart, which again, this is telling me that if she puts her heart into it, she has that ability, okay, to make this a great year for herself. Okay. Yes, this person can self-help. Yes, Sherry, you're right, spot on. Okay, let's look at some other dates that Dato have shared. Okay, so this is a day where you can gain mental strength. And I think this is 17th of January. So you all can take note, yeah, this is 17th of January, okay? I've left out the dates over here. So in the southeast sector, sorry, I actually have the day chart. Oh gosh, 17th January, in the southeast sector, you can see you have the man fake. So this can actually help you to gain that mental strength, okay? And especially on this, during this hour of 9 to 10:59, it should be PM. Correct this, please. This should be PM. This is not AM. I have a typo here. It's nighttime. PM. Okay. And this energy over here actually helps you to gain that mental strength. And you know, a lot of times where we feel helpless, okay, a lot of times where we feel like, you know, there are things that we want to help other people understand, or we want to influence other people, or we want to send that message, but somehow we are just lacking somewhere, somehow, okay, in having that ability to influence. So during this hour, okay, 9 to 10:59 PM, yeah, it's the night time, you can use the southeast sector and you can back your destiny direction. You can do a meditation or you can do a contemplation to think on Who are the people you want to influence? Okay, and what message you want to send to help them, right? And just focus on your thoughts internally, right? So this is a date that is shared by Dato. And he specifically say this, when you do this meditation, your intention is you want to help this person. You need to specify the person to understand what is it that you want the person to understand easily and effortlessly. So the word effortlessly here, okay, see you, Amy. It doesn't mean that you don't need to do anything. You still need to do something, but just that it will become easier for you. Okay? I have a special direction here which I want to share. Right? A lot of times it's like we may think that we can only attract positive vibes by absorbing the positive energy. But actually there is a stronger way to bring positive energy to you. And this is when you send out the positive energy. Okay? During the same hour, 17 January, 9 to 10:59 p.m. This is night time, p.m. The south sector, it actually holds the formation which I call the universe boomerang. So it's like whatever you send out to the universe, it comes back in a magnified effect. So if you want to use this to amplify your energy, it's like you can back south during this hour and send out your blessings, your messages, your wishes to those in need with your purest intention. The key here is your purest intention, because the universe works with vibration of energy. So you need to vibrate in the same manner as your wishes. You will need to vibrate in alignment of your thoughts and your actions. Okay, so if you don't mean it, then don't do it, because it needs to come from the bottom of your heart. And if you look at the combination over here, we have the combination of deity Dun, the three nobles, sun, prosperity with chief, and nine heaven and life door plus the open door. That is together with the day and the hour. This is where the energy magnifies. Okay, so when the recipient acknowledge your message, you will get a notification. So in other words, let's bring back to the layman term. Okay, let's not get too high on the spiritual level. Imagine that, yeah, I'm going to bring it down to layman so you all can understand. This is 17th of January at night, 9 to 10:59 p.m. back south. So imagine this, you are sending out a parcel to your recipient. Okay, you need to know, like, you need to have all this effort and heart to wrap up the parcel and to prepare that gift, because this gift is something which your recipient will need or will do good for the recipient. Again, you got to look into giving things that other people need instead of giving things that they don't need and you want to send. So if you're sending out a parcel to a recipient and they don't need it, your parcel will be rejected. Okay, if you send a parcel out and they need it, they will acknowledge it and you will get the delivery notification that the parcel has been delivered. Okay, layman. So let me share my experience. In 2020, I actually used this energy. So if you have seen my post in the last few days in my personal Facebook, I actually shared that in 2019, I had a major setback, and I actually managed to bounce back in 2020. And the secret to my bounce back is like I actually use this universe boomerang. So instead of holding on the resentment, instead of holding on to the anger of the loss and so on, what I did is I sent out blessings and wishes to all these people, wishing them good health and happiness, and for them to have inner peace so that they can remove their resentment. And for me, when I was doing that, when I was saying that, I'm actually doing a manifestation for myself as well, because I want to have inner peace. I want to remove the resentment from myself so that I can be happy again. So instead of wishing it upon myself, I send this wish to everyone out there, to those people who came, who was involved in my life during that time. Okay. And few months later, as the months go on, I actually sense that positive energy coming back to me. Okay, where each of these individuals whom I've sent the message to, they spoke to me in a different manner. Okay, in a manner that makes me feel well, happy. In a manner that is, by Miriam, it's a manner which is positive. So this is when I know they have received my message, my blessing. Okay, and that amplifies. Even now, today is like the message that I've sent out, the blessing that I've sent out in 2020. It is still going round and round. Okay, and this is my secret of my bounce back. So that's why I'm sharing this date and this timing with you all. But remember, if you don't mean it, don't do it. Because whatever you send out, when you use this energy, it really comes back to you. And it vibrates with the energy, not only the words. The energy, you need to feel it. Okay? So on this day, 17th January at 9:30 p.m., all of you will receive a parcel from me. So let's see if you get it or not. All right? Okay, as most of you know, today is actually my birthday. And today also marks a brand new chapter in my life. So you may think, why? We all have birthdays every year in our entire life, right? So I'm going to share this with you. In my entire life, there are 2 dates which I fear and despise. One of it is my birthday. The other one is Chinese New Year. Okay. And this is because during my childhood, I had traumatic moments. Okay, traumatic moments in my childhood on these days. So to most children, these are the happiest days with celebration and love and, you know, with all the fireworks and so on. But these are the 2 days where I will hide in my room and cry. Right? And this is because I don't want people to see me cry. Although I'm the only child, my childhood as the only child is very different from many people. And some of you may know that I had an involuntary spiritual awakening between the years of 2018 to 2020. And it was during this moment that I discovered my greatest guilt. Why do I despise my own birthday? This is because I feel guilty for being born into this world and brought misery to some people. So out of it is also out of fear, okay, of being disowned and put into an orphanage that made me live in a life in the shadow of other people, being someone whom I'm not, being someone to please others, Okay, so this fear has rooted so deeply in me that it became part of me, even when I grew up. And this came up during my spiritual awakening moments. So it's like in 2019, I made the most difficult decision to break free from my life prison. And since my life events have started to unfold in a positive manner. So I will say, today onwards, I will enjoy every birthday celebration and Chinese New Year with my loved ones. And today I have 3 wishes and I need your help to make it come true. Okay, I can't do this alone. So my first wish is I wish everyone who knows me have inner peace and true happiness. And my second wish is like, I wish to have all your support in growing my YouTube channel. Like, I'm really looking forward to having 1K subscribers this Chinese New Year. I'm a novice at video creation, okay? But I know I need to keep going. There's no failure, okay? I need to be comfortable with trial and error. I'll just try, I'll keep improving, okay? And I need your support in that, right? And the third one, no, when I was still in corporate, I have the means to support charity home. But now I'm conscious that my current resources are limited. And I wish to bring joy and laughter to this 25 beautiful souls in the Chen Ai charity home. They were born with disabilities and they need occasional medical intervention to be able to function. So where you can and where you can afford, do lend a hand and help me put a smile on their face. So you can find the link to make a donation to this charity home on the replay of this webinar on my Facebook. So for Malaysians, there is a bank account number that you can make a donation to. If you're out of Malaysia, there's also a link where you can do your contribution. Okay, so I do hope all of you can help me make my wish come true, right? So I also have upcoming webinars that I've lined up. So this one is on spiritual growth, which I will focus on achieving a spiritual growth and crafting a path this year, okay, to go deep into setting your goals. And this is focusing on spiritual growth. And this webinar, it's going to be on 20th of February, 3:30 p.m. GMT +8, okay? My usual webinar, paid webinar, was an exclusive webinar, as I call it, is at USD 68. But today I'm giving you all, I don't know, my birthday discount, I guess. So it's at USD 54. But if you sign up by your Facebook event before 13th of February, you will get a further discount. All right. So I've already posted this event on my Facebook, so you can search for it, you can look for it. Right. I also have other workshops lined up because previous year is like, I did get feedback that the workshops that I hold usually comes out in last minute and it doesn't have enough time for people to plan their schedule. So this year I've done it differently. Yeah, I've actually lined it up. So the first workshop for this year is a 2-day workshop, 12 to 13 March. This is what I call the best year ever with Bazi and Chimen. So we have learned Bazi as a topic on its own, Chimen and as a topic on its own. Okay, but no, both of these chart, our Bazi chart and Chimen destiny chart, it brings up the different aspects or different stories in our life. The Bazi chart carries our destiny and is action-based, while our Chimen destiny chart, it denotes our subconscious and internal energy. So every year, the external energy actually affects our action, our thoughts, and also our subconscious in different ways. And when we go against the energy, it actually brings frustration. Okay, but if we are flowing with the energy, that's where you will see miracles happen. So for these 2 days, I'm going to teach you all how to layer the year chart, the monthly chart over your Bazi chart, and also your achievement destiny chart. Okay, and this is to help you understand the effect of the energy on you so that you can spot the best opportunity and action, okay, to make the best out of 2022. In fact, after you learn this, you can also apply this knowledge for every year. Okay, it's not only for 1 year, but my focus is 2022. So when you know the concept, every year you can apply it on yourself. Okay, the next workshop is what I call the Chasing the Stars in 2022. And this time I'm looking at the flying star chart together with your 8 mention. So 8 mention, it is one section in your Bazi chart. So we can actually make use of these two together. That is utilizing your 8 mention together with the flying stars every month for your success. And each of our mention has a usage to it. It is not only good and bad. Sometimes we need to use those presumably the bad mentions to bring out the best in ourselves. So this workshop is going to be from 7 to 8 of May, okay, 3:30 p.m. GMT plus 8, and it's USD 197, right? And then the last workshop for the year would be Teaming of 10 Gods. So we all heard, you know, the 10 Gods, the DO clash with the HO, and then we have the 7K clash with the DO and so on, okay? And they are all together, there are 10 of them. And in our Bazi chart, in our destiny, we have more than 10 gods. And we have been focusing on just the useful god, on one god. But do you know, when you combine these gods and when you understand the forces of each of these gods, how you can utilize all of it together, and which are the focus, how you combine one god with another, you can bring out more success. Okay, so this is where I will go through and where I will teach. I will help you all to understand the nature traits of each of the gods. When the gods clash, what does it mean? And what is the synergy that is produced, and how we can make use of it, turn it around. Instead of looking at the clash as a bad thing, we can turn it around as our best weapon to use. Okay, so this is in August. And for those of you tuning into my webinar today, I have this special offer. If you sign up before 10th of March, you can have all 3 of these workshops at USD 500, or you can pick any 2 of this workshop at 350. Okay, I will post this onto my Facebook page after this webinar with the registration form, so you all can sign up. Or if you are interested but you have financial constraint, okay, message me and speak to me. I may be able to work out something for you. All right, so just feel free to get in touch with me. Okay. Okay, so in summary, I just want to give you a glimpse. It's like what I've lined up for the year so far. As you can see, what I've shared is my deep dive workshops, my 3 main workshops for the year. And also I would have some exclusive webinars that's lined up. So what I've shared with you all is the spiritual growth. And next, which I have in plan, would be a webinar in April, which is living your identity. We hear a lot like, we need to live our destiny. We need to be with our destiny. But what does it mean? It doesn't mean like your destiny chart states things, the elements, and you be like the elements. It is understanding who you are and finding your identity through your Vata and Human chart. Again, this is overlapping of Vata and Human to understand you, your identity, and to find your identity. So I'm teaching the Vata natal chart together with Human destiny chart and how you interpret these two charts that forms who you are. Okay, then the next one in June, I've lined up a webinar which is called Reprogramming Your Mind to Your Strength. So you would have heard about this thing called early heaven, later heaven, things like karma, okay, and also things, maybe this term called shifting palace. Okay, this is the webinar where I will go into explaining what it means by early heaven, what is later heaven, okay, and what is karma, or at least karma in the modern terminology, okay, and also how we can use shifting palace and what shifting palace actually means. Okay, so this is the brief lineup of what I have. And also, please support me, support Pacha Journey YouTube channel, and give me the motivation and encouragement, okay, to go on and to keep learning, improving my skill to produce more videos and to bring more contents to you all, okay? Subscribe to my channel, share it with your friend, and check out the services in my shop. And also now we have come to the Q&A. Anyone has any question for me? I do hope that this session has bring more insights to you all so that you can prepare for 2022 in more detail and more clarity. Anyone has questions? Thank you, Sherry. I want to make the message clear and easy for all of you. Yeah, PM me. So I'm saying hi to those who's watching live on Facebook. And thanks for all your wishes. Okay, thanks for all your wishes. I really feel very happy, and now I'm actually enjoying. And I no longer hide myself away on my birthday. And I must really thank my children for really pulling me out from that closet that I hide myself in. Okay, they literally dragged me out and say, Mom, you gotta get out. You can't stay there anymore. So I'm really grateful for them. And today they cooked for me. They prepared this lovely lunch for me. And you know, my daughter is not someone who cooks. But today, she literally cooked a full meal for me. And I'm really very touched with that, really very happy. So, all right. Yeah, it really makes my day. Really makes my day. So, okay, if there's no question, I thank you all for being with me in this webinar, in this sharing. And I do hope that my sharing brings more clarity to you all, as in how you all can chart your year forward. Okay, and have a blessed weekend and see you all the next time. Okay, bye.